All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most important decisions you'll ever make for your website, picking the right WordPress host. And look, this is way more than just finding a place to park your files online. This is the actual foundation for your site's speed, its security, and really, its chances of success. So let's make sure you build on solid rock, not on sand. So let me ask you this. Is your host secretly working against you? It's a serious question, because picking the wrong one isn't just a small headache. It can literally sabotage all the hard work you put in. So many people just grab the cheapest plan they can find, and they have no idea about the hidden costs to their business, their reputation, and honestly, their sanity. So what are we actually talking about here?
Well, it all starts with speed. A slow website doesn't just annoy your visitors, it gets you punished by Google. I mean, let's be real. Google absolutely hates slow sites, so your SEO rankings take a nosedive. That creates a terrible user experience, which means people leave and they probably never come back. And the bottom line, you're losing sales, you're losing leads, and that money you thought you were saving on cheap hosting, yeah, it's just completely wasted.
Okay, so to make a smart choice, you've got to understand the menu. We're going to quickly break down the three main types of hosting, because knowing the difference is honestly the first and most important step to finding your perfect fit.
First up, you've got shared hosting. The best way to think about this is like an apartment building. You and a whole bunch of other websites are all tenants on the same server. You're all sharing the same resources, the power, the water, everything. Now, it's super affordable, right? It's the cheapest way in. But if your neighbor decides to throw a massive party, gets a huge spike in traffic, your lights might dim. Your site can slow right down.
Next, we have managed WordPress hosting. Now, this is a completely different world. This is like a premium white glove service. The hosting company takes care of all the technical nightmares for you. We're talking updates, security, backup, speed optimization, all of it, and all specifically for WordPress. It's like having an expert IT crew on speed dial 24/7, and their only job is to make sure your site is blazing fast and locked down tight.
And finally, there's performance or cloud-based hosting. So instead of your site living in just one building, imagine it's spread across a whole network of them, all over the world. When someone visits your site, they're served the files from the building closest to them. What does that mean for you? Insane speed and reliability. If your site suddenly goes viral and gets 1 million visitors, the network just flexes and handles it. No sweat. Okay, now that we've got the lay of the land, let's meet the contenders. We've handpicked 6 of the most popular and, frankly, most interesting options out there to really see how they stack up for different kinds of people with different budgets. Let's get into it. First in the ring is Kinsta. These guys are known for one thing above all else: pure, raw performance. And they pull this off by running their entire platform on the Google Cloud. Yep, the same top-of-the-line infrastructure that powers Google Search itself. That gives you a massive, massive speed advantage. It's packed with pro tools, but all that power comes with a premium price tag. So here's the deal. If every single millisecond of load time matters to your bottom line, Kinsta is where you go. If you're just starting a personal blog, this is probably overkill.
Next is WP Engine, the other giant in the premium managed hosting world. What's really interesting here is their laser focus on rock-solid security and truly fantastic customer support. They are the go-to for businesses that absolutely cannot afford any downtime. But what's the catch? Well, it's also expensive, and to keep everything that secure and performant, they can be pretty strict about which plugins you can and can't use. It's like a high-security building. They're very careful about what gets in. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about value. Meet Inner Server. Their claim to fame is something almost unheard of, a price lock guarantee. This means the price you sign up for is the price you pay for life. No shocking renewal hikes. This is huge. It's a no-frills, super stable workhorse. Think of it as the reliable Toyota Camry of hosting. It's not going to win any drag races, but it's going to get you where you need to go year after year without any expensive surprises.
Ah, Bluehost. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're even officially recommended by WordPress.org. And their biggest strength by far is making it dead simple for total beginners to get a website online. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? Be ready for that super low intro price to jump, and I mean jump, when it's time to renew. And the performance? It's just okay. It's a great launchpad for sure, but it's one you will almost definitely outgrow. Now for something a little different, Fast Comet. Their key advantage is their global footprint. They have data centers all over the planet, which makes them a brilliant choice if your audience is spread out. I mean, think about it. Serving your website from a server that's physically closer to your visitors means faster load times for them, a better experience, and a nice little bump for your international SEO. Just keep an eye on the storage limits for their cheaper plans, especially if your site has a lot of images or videos. And our final contender is Hostinger,
the undisputed king of cheap hosting. Seriously, it's almost shockingly affordable. But here's the kicker. For that rock-bottom price, the performance is surprisingly fast. What's their secret? They use Lightspeed servers, which is a newer, much more efficient technology than what a lot of the old guard uses. So what's the trade-off? Well, support can be a bit slow, and you're not going to find a ton of advanced pro-level features. This is purely for the person who needs to get online for the absolute lowest cost possible.
Okay, deep breath. We've met all the players. Now for the most important part. Let's put them all side by side and see who comes out on top in a direct showdown. This is where the rubber meets the road, and we help you find your perfect match.
You can see the whole story right here in this table. It really lays out the trade-offs, doesn't it? You've got this clear split. Over on one end, you have Kinsta and WP Engine offering absolutely stellar performance and scalability, but, for a high price. Then on the complete other end, Hostinger and Bluehost are super cheap and easy for beginners, but they just don't have that high-end horsepower. And then right there in the middle, you've got Fast Comet and InnerServer, offering a really solid balance of price, performance, and features.
So let's make this simple. If you are launching your very first blog or website, don't overthink it. Go with Bluehost if you want the absolute easiest, most guided setup you can get. Or pick Hostinger if every single dollar in your budget counts. Either one will get you online without giving you a technical headache.
Now for a small business website, you need reliability and great value. You've moved past the beginner stage. Fast Comet is a fantastic choice, especially if your customers are from all over the world. InnerServer, on the other hand, is the smart move if you want that predictable, locked-in pricing that makes budgeting so much easier. Both of these are a solid upgrade from basic hosting.
Okay, listen up. If you're running an online store, speed and security are not optional. They are directly tied to how much money you make. A 1-second delay in page load time can destroy your conversion rates. For a WooCommerce site, you need to invest in the best. That means a premium managed host like Kinsta or WP Engine. Do not risk your business on a cheap shared host. It's just not worth it.
And in that same vein, for all you agencies and developers managing sites for clients, reliability and powerful tools are completely non-negotiable. I mean, your professional reputation is on the line. Kinsta's developer-focused features might give it a slight edge for some of you, but honestly, both Kinsta and WP Engine are the gold standard for a reason.
But what if your entire business lives and dies by SEO and handling massive amounts of traffic? What if every millisecond, every ranking position directly impacts your revenue? Well, in that case, there is one clear winner: Kinsta. Their entire infrastructure, built on Google's own network, is engineered for exactly this scenario. It's a performance machine. So, after all that, what are our final, ultimate recommendations? Let's boil everything we've talked about down to 3 clear, definitive picks for 3 very different needs.
Here we go. For the best overall performance, no questions asked, it's Kinsta. If you are serious about your website and it's a critical business asset, this is the investment you make. For the absolute best budget option, Hostinger gives you incredible bang for your buck at a crazy low price. And finally, for the true beginner who wants the simplest, most hand-holding experience you can get, Bluehost is still the king.
I really want to leave you with this one last thought. Your hosting choice is the foundation for everything you build online. Going for the cheapest plan can be like trying to build a skyscraper on a patch of sand. So instead, try to think of this decision as the single smartest investment you can make in your website's long-term future.
So, what's next? We've dropped links to our top picks right there in the description to make it easy for you. If you found this helpful, do us a favor and subscribe for more practical, no-fluff content about WordPress and SEO. And hey, if you're still on the fence, just drop a comment below and tell us what kind of website you're building. We'll do our best to help you out. Thanks so much for watching.